I just want to sing. It doesn't matter. I want to do music. And as you
Mm-hmm.
got older, then you confidently, with more assurance,
Mm-hmm.
said, I have a talent. And so how,
Mm-hmm.
as someone who has played many shows, been to music school, had an array of musical experiences, teaching theater, and singer songwriter performances, and
Mm-hmm.
seeing and having experiences with your students.
Yeah.
How do you define talent? How do you see someone and say, wow, they're talented? Like,
Oh, yeah, it's a
what's your
very
definition?
vague. I actually don't like that word to use it too much because it's very vague. It's true. What does it
Mm-hmm.
mean? It could mean many things. It could mean that you have a certain ease. Sometimes I tell some of my students you're very talented to to find the right resonance, to do things right. Some people have a natural talent to do the right thing with their bodies when they're singing. Other people have talent to compose music, but all that it needs to be nurtured. So it's kind of difficult to say you have talent, you don't have talent. Um, but were you asking me about how do I define talent, right? That was
Mm-hmm.
the question. There is something that stands out that you think that person has something different, and that's when you say someone has talent. How would you define talent?
Oh, well, first to respond to what your uh,
Yeah.
definition is, it seems like you define it as a sense of being taken aback by something surprising and remarkable that you didn't maybe expect, right? I'm kind of thinking that, especially if it's coming from someone that you didn't expect to, who's just maybe just starting, you can
Yeah,
be like, oh, they have
exactly.
raw talent, or someone,
Raw talent,
or
yes.
or someone who just never practices and they sing perfectly, and you're like, okay, they have
Yes.
talent.
Yes, they don't want
So
to struggle to get
yeah,
there. Yeah.
and
Mhm.
but yeah, my definition. Oh, geez, I didn't even think. I was hoping to get the answer from you, Laura. Okay, let's. I have. I don't necessarily have a love hate relationship with talent. I feel like yeah, that like someone has um hmm
It's a difficult question.
could it
And I
be.
hate when some mothers come to me and ask me, does my child has talent or not?
Oh,
Because if he doesn't have talent, I don't want to waste my time and my money.
right.
And oh my gosh, that is so hard because I'm always going to say, yes, he has talent, of course, because you're denying a person the opportunity to, maybe someone doesn't have much talent, but he finds the talent along the way or finds a way, a niche or a way to express that's unique. But
Yeah.
yeah, I would say it's an ease. Someone has something easy, like singing very high notes, effortless. Oh, you have a talent to sing
Mm-hmm.
uh, high or effortless or fast or compose music easily and in one day, and it's the perfect song. Oh,
Mm.
and other people have to struggle maybe months to get it. So then you can say, okay, they are talented, but
Mm-hmm.
is it the only thing
Yeah.
really? It's
Yeah,
not.
I think I have here's an attempt that it's a combination of of interest and drive mixed with potential.
Potential,
So
yes.
like potential to be
Potential to
um great
yes.
um within a reasonable
Okay.
time,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes. That's
So
a good definition.
yeah. I mean,
Yes.
I guess someone's very talented when you're like, okay, person who has like no resources, I'm going to place you in a situation with resources, and
Oh,
that person
no.
ends up shining and getting a lot of success more than
Yes.
someone who's been like practicing their whole life, then yeah, that person has talent. So,
Exactly. Yes.
yeah,
The potential
the potential.
to
Yeah.
to develop to a certain greatness.
Yeah. Yeah, and yeah, and
Yeah.
then it's I guess with that term, it can kind of be hindering to some,
Hmm.
and heartbreaking for others who feel like they don't have talent, you know, who
Yes.
love
Yes.
music. They're just like, I love music, I want to sing, but I'm not talented. That must be,
Yeah.
so
Well, I think
sad.
yeah, I think it's okay. If you're an adult, you should take it. You should face reality, and someone like a teacher, in this case me, if someone comes, I will, and they ask me that, of course I will say, well, you will never be American Idol, um, but you can improve to this level or this other level as long as it's fun and rewarding for you. And if it's for a kid, I think it could be very hindering
Mm,
because they don't want to hear about that. They want to have fun. Let life decide.
yeah.
Let them run wild. And
Yeah, there's all kinds of in terms of like, the word talent being a hindrance or a curse in one way.
mhm.
um what have you experienced in the music industry? What kind of lessons, like mental lessons, have you had to learn about becoming an artist? Like
Mm,
like for me, for example, like in the beginning, I didn't trust
mhm,
myself enough, and
mhm,
I just had to learn to be more confident and
mm.
advocate for my ideas and for my
Yeah,
songs, and the way I feel that I want them to be envisioned. So,
yeah.
yeah, I mean, what are some kind of things you've had to learn?
Well, also confident, of course, but that is part of our personal growth as persons,
Mm-hmm.
humans. And it's about many times I have regrets about having been not having the right team around me. So, for example, I had these big opportunities of shows, and I was trying to do everything myself, to coach myself to sing, to do the
Mm.
find the right clothes, do the makeup, do the choreography, this and that,
Wow.
and then I did not really do great. I think if I would have the I don't know, it is what it is. I didn't have the right team at the right moment, but if I would have worked harder to find people that help me instead of trying to do everything myself,
Mm-hmm.
and be humble enough to say, I need a vocal coach to help me perfect, or someone that tells me if I'm good enough for this show, or if I need a different move, or if I need a different dress, or all those things. But then on the other hand, well, yeah, I think about that sometimes, and now I finally found a team of great people, so I trust them, and I'm really happy to pull all these advices and resources. But on the other hand, you have to be on top. You cannot just say, okay, I'm an artist, and I'm gonna, like, you imagine maybe Britney Spears just do nothing and everybody does everything for her. Okay, maybe that's the case, but we still have to be on top of making sure the people we entrust are doing their jobs, and that they are doing what we need them to do, communicating. And so it's always hard work, and it's not going to get easier. It's not like, oh, I wish I was this artist and everything is so easy. No, we have to really work. And yeah, I don't know if that answers, but what I learned, yes, I there was something that I learned, and it has to be with confidence too. When you book gigs, I used to have this feeling of, oh, I'm not so great in the back of my mind. I'm not so good, or not asking the right fee, not asking for the right contract, not making sure that, not making myself like, okay, I work so hard for this and I have a good show. Why wouldn't I be asking what it's worth?
Yeah.
Why do we always put ourselves below? No, because I'm always have to,
And
do
then
this
you just
step or the other one, or
and you just don't want to lose that opportunity, right? And so yeah, I totally understand. And so you're just like,
Yeah.
man, if I ask for too much, they'll just give it to someone else. And but
Yeah.
that's not the case. If they want to lowball you, then you just have to take your talent and your business somewhere else who appreciates it. And it's hard, especially nowadays when opportunities are kind of limited in this pandemic. So yeah,
but you have to set up your value,
yes, for
because
sure.
you're only hurting yourself if you go below. Then you're not going to be able to pay your musicians or to have a sustainable career. So you have to set the value, work hard to provide what the audience expects, and don't go low, don't go below your value.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And
it is hard though.
While some things can be set to be like like some certain promotional materials can be set to be given away for certain occasions. I was discussing this with my bandmate Abe Perez. I was like, yeah, our album, we worked so hard on it. If anyone wants it, they can pay how much albums cost, which is $10. And then I know a lot of people torrent music and download music for free through other non-official avenues. And whatever, you can't control that. However, at a show, we can charge $10 for our album.
Absolutely.
Because if people are at the show and they're buying $40 worth of alcohol, they can definitely
absolutely
buy our album if they enjoy our music. So I feel like these drinks, they last for that night, but our album, if you like our music, then it should last you the rest of your life. So that's hopefully the value we want to bring as musicians and artists.
Yes, communicating with your audience that they are supporting you, they are helping you, that you can continue creating music.
Yeah.
It's not just a waste of, oh, I'm not going to listen to the CD because I don't have a CD player. It doesn't matter. You have the artwork, you're supporting an artist, and that's good enough.
Yeah. I mean, well, speaking of the technology, we do have to acknowledge, the changes in technology. Well, yeah, they're not even putting CDs in cars anymore. And so our last album, Mysteries of Rhythm, was a CD, and we have a few of the songs available online. But yeah, artists also have to be in touch with technology, because I worked at a major record label, and I saw firsthand the effects of music being downloaded for free and offices being emptied out. And I just learned that just artists have to be on top of technology. What can you say about, or what other observations, have you found kind of about the change in technology affecting musicians?
By the way, I have your CD, and I wanted to play it yesterday because I wanted to listen to Charlize.
Oh.
and my computer doesn't even play. The slot is broken, so I have to figure it out. Buy
I'll
it
send
in
it to you.
Amazon or Spotify. No, it's not on Spotify. Where do you sell your CD? In Amazon? Music, iTunes?
Like 3 of our tunes are on Spotify right now, and we're constantly releasing like one at a time, like that,
that is smart.
Yeah, just because we'll eventually have the whole album. That way things can just look like we're just constantly releasing things.